Hi, Lakan.
Hi, Neil.
So we're back for episode 2.
Yes, we will still continue imposing ourselves on our viewers and listeners.
Exactly.
Terrorizing them with our yapping.
Wala silang magagawa. Love in the Big City.
Love, yeah, the Korean
ano na yan.
BL. I don't want to watch it. Although, like, there was a big thing in the books. Like, for the ones who don't know, Love in the Big City was originally a Korean novel about this Korean man trying to navigate love in the big city.
Love in the Big City.
And I think there was a bit of a plot point in the books where hindi siya conventionally attractive, pero sobrang gwapong kinuhang K-pop. Like
Well,
K-pop,
K-pop
K-drama,
K-drama
artist.
K-actor.
K-actor.
Well, that's South Korea for you.
Yeah.
Di ba?
True.
Kahit pangit ka sa literature, pagwagwapuhin ka ng beauty standards.
That's true. Beauty
In-
standards are kind of like... Yeah, beauty standards are crazy, no?
I mean, sa tingin mo ba pasok tayo sa mga beauty standard ng ano?
I think that like I'm conventionally attractive, but the convention is like a sci-fi convention. It's like a Dune convention. Like
Okay.
in Bene Gesserit standards, maybe,
Okay,
but
Mother
not like,
Superior.
Yeah.
Mother
Control
Superior.
yourself. Yeah, I've been watching recently. I watched Conclave.
Same, girl.
And that was
Same.
like, that was the fiercest movie of the year.
Kwento mo ngayon nangyari sa sinihan.
No, because like I thought I was in the wrong theater because punong-puno siya ng tao. And ako parang, what kind, like, is this kind of movie popular, an art house movie about picking the next pope with Ray Fiennes and Stanley Tucci? But then I realized, oh, maybe people think it's a regular religious movie, which it wasn't. It's basically what if RuPaul's Drag Race happened in the Vatican. And they needed to find the next Catholic superstar. The final revelation did have everyone gagged. Like, I could hear the theater
Exactly.
around me, which is nice. You know, to have that effect on people. Did you ever want to be a priest?
Did I ever want to be a...
I wanted to be a priest.
Well, nag-Catholic school ako. So, siguro at one point, it crossed my mind because, you know, the dresses...
True.
Diba? And the dramatics.
The robes,
The robes.
diba?
Tapos parang mag-ano ka dun, mag-liturgy ka dun. Parang ikaw lang yung nasa stage. Theatrical talaga yung no?
Yes.
Yung
Tapos
mga misa.
the incense and the color coordination, depending if it's
Sa
like
incest?
incense.
Incense. Tama. Tuloy. The incense and
The color coordination.
The color coordination.
Diba kapag iba yung color kapag like regular time,
kapag,
tapos
ano
Lenten
tawag doon?
time,
Lenten season.
or Advent season iba
Advent
din.
season, may red, may green, may
Yeah.
purple.
And then you know you get to bless the wine and make it into the body and blood of
And
Christ.
drink the wine.
And drink.
Baby!
I was a sacristan for 3 years.
Tama, nakunto ko
Yeah.
na, commentator ako sa mga
Oh,
misa.
commentator ka.
Kapag pag may Sunday mass, kapag may special mass yung school namin, ako yung nag-aano doon, please rise for the singing of the national...
Because of your
addiction.
harmonious. I was gonna say harmonious voice. Addiction to what?
Diction.
Oh, diction.
My diction.
Okay.
Because of my
Your
diction. My
Yes.
addiction to diction.
Your addiction to
Ganon.
diction.
So, sacristan for 3 years.
Yeah, for 3 years we had a really nice.
When
I
did
was,
the hurt start? Charot.
No, I
Kailan
like being a sacristan. I liked wearing that. I forgot the specific term for that. The white robe. I forgot the term for that. That was a really nice
Hospital
robe.
gown. Charot.
Well, yeah.
Ay, mental institution.
Mental
Joke lang.
institution.
Joke lang po.
gown. And then like they're called as Knights of the Altar, which is like a really fierce name, like Knights of the Altar. I do think a lot of like queer boys tend to gravitate towards like priesthood or the church or spirituality because it's like one of the accepted forms of masculinity, which is not necessarily like very rough and tumble. It's more intellectual. It's more academic.
Anong age ka naging sacristan?
I was mga 10. Yeah, I was 10. And then I had to ring the bells. So I get confused a lot on when to ring the bell.
So, entering the bell, Quasimodo, she better do.
Quasimodo, she better.
Don't. No, sorry.
Basilio, she better do.
So, nag-stop ka when you entered high school?
Yeah, I stopped when I entered high school. Oo.
Stop going to church?
No, I still went to church. I just realized that was not... that was, I think just got pressured with like having to follow the ritual since, sometimes I'm not a very in the moment person, and you have to be really in the moment when you're a sacristan. And bakits eventually, no puberty, getting my attention just completely whacked. I wasn't able to continue it.
Gets. So, in other words, lutang.
Yeah, medyo nalutang si bakla.
Girl, sabog. Ay, iba pa. So, well, welcome back to the pod,
Yeah.
by the way. And also, watch Conclave
Watch
para
Conclave.
makarelate kayo sa gag of the century, gag of the decade.
Gag of the decade.
Ang ganda rin ng pagkakashoot ng
Diba?
ng
It was so
film.
beautiful.
Aesthetically pleasing, visually pleasing.
That's how you light the
Nar-
movie.
Exactly. We need all the gaffers.
Yeah,
The lighters.
as a famous tweet said, men, put your phones down.
Your
We
phones
don't
down.
need influencers. We need gaffers. We need sound mixers.
Sound mixers.
How come movies sound like shit now?
So we're talking about queer childhood this episode. So nagsimula tayo sa talking about the church because isang bagay na in common natin ay yung church
That's
among
true.
other things.
Well, I think Pinoy kids do generally have like the church
church.
play a huge part in our lives from the moment like we're baptized
Yeah.
to now. Did you get the sacraments?
I got confirmed because kailangan may kailangan meron kang witness or something.
Yeah, you have to have like a
Ninong.
godmother, ninong,
Ganon.
ninang.
Ninong sa
I
confirmation.
think it's gonna be the last sacrament we'll get for a long time kasi wala pang gay marriage and hopefully we won't die yet.
Yeah.
You won't get the anointing
Probably
of the
sa
sick.
anointing of the sick
Yeah.
na yung susunod nating.
Hopefully, like in many years from now. But yeah, I remember I got my Eucharist a bit late. I'd always be jealous of my siblings kasi nung like communion sa misa, pwede silang kumuha ng Eucharist and I couldn't kasi mas bata pa ako. So I was always curious kung ano yung taste ng Eucharist. And I was like, oh, this is nice. Okay, when I got it the final
The
time.
white cracker.
Yeah, and then when you dip it in the wine, it's very
Dinidip sa inyo yung
yeah,
first
dinidip sa amin sa wine. I know some churches use grape juice kasi like they don't.
non-alcoholic.
Yeah, non-alcoholic, but also it's a nice experience to eat the body and blood of Christ. At the same time, I heard those parang rumors na parang I don't know if there is a thing na parang you can't chew it because if you chew it, you'll go to hell.
So, puro na church yung pinag-uusapan natin. Pero, yung childhood natin, no?
That's true. Did you have any like weird like experiences nung like retreats nyo sa Catholic school? Di ba like pag retreat sa Catholic school, palaging may sinasapian?
Let me tell you about the Catholic school. I think first to third year namin, yung principal namin, not gonna name names, pero Dominican sisters yung dito, yung
Was she
namamahala.
Was the principal Dominican
I mean,
or Puerto Rican?
Puerto Rican. She was non-Spanish speaking. Mga Dominican. Puerto Rican. Siya, Dominican sister.
Oh, she was a sister. Like
She
a
was
sister.
A sister.
Okay. A sister. Okay.
Di ba drag queen yan?
Oh, yeah, sister.
Tapos, alam mo yung tipong strictang
really?
prinsipala na yung, nalala ko, di ba, may mga acquaintance party sa high school, yung parang opening party ng school year. Yung party namin, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., dress code, white t-shirt.
Girl. Tapos pinahiwalay ba yung boys and girls?
Hindi naman ganun kalala. Hindi naman ganun kalala sa amin. Eventually, kasi every 3 years yata nagpapalit ng principal ng administration sa amin, as far as I can remember. Tapos, yung pumalit sa kanya was a fun one.
Oh, that's good.
And honestly, she was giving.
Aww.
That sister, I still remember her very fondly.
Yeah, I want to...
Pero yung mga retreat namin pala, sorry. Going back to your
back to
question.
the retreat.
So, nakapag-retreat lang kami kung kailan, well, I think tradition na ngayon na seniors yung magre-retreat, di ba? Mga grade 12 ngayon. So, yung retreat namin sa Cebu. So, very nice. Tapos, syempre, mga kabulastugan doon. So, sa batch namin, at least sa UMS, humanities.
Oh, you're a K-12.
K-12 girly.
Kid,
Second batch kami ng K-12. So, sa grade 12 compassion, shout out. Shout out ko na lang. Shout out mo rin mamaya yung batch mo kung gusto mo. Tapos, 5 kami mga baklita. 6 na ngayon.
Your impact.
Our impact, diba? So, grabe yun. Bonding time talaga yun na naalala ko. Medyo depressed ako nung time na yun, honestly. Hindi pala medyo. Just go through. Well, yes. So, ganun. Hindi ko siya masyadong depression brain, di ba? Medyo may
Not
gaps
the
sa
memory
The
loss.
memory loss. So, may mga parts din talagang blanco. Pero yung mga best na highlights nung trip na yun, ay naalala ko. So, masaya yun.
Walang iyakan, walang open forum.
Wala na because at that point, we all knew, we knew of each other's bullshit.
I do think that's the greatest contribution of Pinoy high schools in education to jurisprudence. The open forum.
Open forum, recollection, mga...
Recollection.
Ginawa niyo ba yung mga kandila?
Yes, tapos parang isusulat mo lahat ng hinanakit mo sa bawat classmates sa papel. Tapos diba, isusunog sa mga kandila. Tapos bilang iyak-iyakan, yakap-yakapan. Hindi naman yung tatagal. Babalik sa kamalditahan, magbaba ng retreat. But it's nice in the moment.
Yeah,
In the moment, it is
tama.
nice.
May mga, okay, so, growing up, syempre kailangan natin pag-usapan yung coming out story nating dalawa. Coming out story. So, kailan mo nalaman, Lakan, na hindi ka pinanganak sa mundong ito para maging isang tradisyonal na lalaki na isinusulong sa gera, isinasabak sa ROTC. Not to say that you can't do that, pero kailan mo nalaman na may something sa kaloob-looban?
Yeah, I think I was like, kahit mga 4 or 5, I knew that I wasn't like, I don't want to sound like I'm trying to be special, but I knew I wasn't like the other boys.
Not like the other
Not
boys.
like the other boys. Kasi I remember when I was like in kinder, kapag pinapahiwala yung mga boys and girls, I'd always go with the girls. Kasi sobrang rowdy ng mga boys. Sobrang ingay nila.
Asim.
Well, I meant like, hindi pa sila teenagers noon, so hindi pa maasim. Pero sobrang brusco that I didn't like that. I didn't like that. They were like trying to be like, you're 5 years old. You drink chocolate milk. You're not tough. That was what 5-year-old Lakan was thinking. So I was always going with the girls. And then whenever I would see even like a cute boy, like even on a billboard, like those bench billboards, I think would
Yung mga brief,
mga brief, yeah, or yung mga like Hanes, di ba?
Hanes,
Sa mga
yung
department store, yung mga
store.
Hanes underwear. I was just like, I could feel like my chest running. Meanwhile, if I saw like the female version of that, I was like, oh, she's fierce. Oh, slay diva,
Diva.
slay diva. Diva's posing the house down booth. So even
She's
then.
eating.
Or I remember, this is something I always tell my friends, like my first like crush on a boy celebrity was, well, wait. First, did you play Kingdom Hearts?
Yes, Kingdom Hearts.
I had a crush on Sora.
Si Goofy. Ay. Sora.
All the men I like right now do look goofy.
Goofy.
But like the first real crush I had was Sam Concepcion. Like I was an ETC girlie.
Okay.
For the ones who stole
ETC.
naabutan yung
Oh my God,
broadcast
ETC.
TV. ETC, Star World,
Oh my God, shock.
Velvet.
pero si Sam Concepcion, yung first
Yeah, he was really yung
real-life
first real life crush ko. There was
anong show yung sinalihan niya nun? Sinatalo siya? I mean, I love you, Sam, pero
Yeah, tinalo siya ni Jake Cyrus. Star, ay, hindi ko maalala.
teen, alam niyo ba? Kids.
Just comment on the comment section.
If you know, kung Sam Concepcion, kung narinig mo to, ano nga yung show na sinalihan mo yung where you were not the winner, but you were
You're
the winner in our hearts.
There's a when TV5 was not a news channel yet and they still aired like yung mga teleserye scripted dramas, they did like this local adaptation, a loose adaptation of Gossip Girl. It was called Lip Gloss. And I ate that shit up every week. Sam was...
Nandun si Sam?
Nandun si Sam. Yung ka-love team niya doon was Cheska Ortega. He was like the very intelligent student running the blog. So it was he was kind of like Dan Humphrey. And he was so cute and twinky there. Kaya parang, di ba ngayon, parang nag-viral ngayon si Sam. Dahil sobrang maskulado na
Yeah,
yun. And I'm
daddy.
just like, that's not the Sam I fell in love with. Char. Mas nakaka-intimidate na siya ngayon na ang daming muscles. Na parang what happened to the nice...
Twink.
That's not
Boy.
a nice twink
Well,
boy.
twink
This
death.
is why
Twink death. That's twink
twink death. He chose the gym and not the estrogen. Yeah.
Sam, we love you.
Sam, we
Come
love
to the pod.
you. Whatever you are, we love you. What was your gay awakening?
My gay awakening was Daniel Radcliffe nung nasa Prisoner of Azkaban siya. Do you know do you remember the visuals?
My favorite Harry Potter movie. Because it was Alfonso Cuarón who directed it. He also directed Ito Mama También.
Yes, exactly. Nalaman ko yan eventually na kaya pala ang ganda, kaya pala stand out yung third
Azkaban,
movie. 'Di ba? Sa Azkaban, sa series, no? Unfortunate about the author of the books, though. So that's why I always imagine na yung nagsulat ng Harry Potter series ay ikaw. So parang inaalo ko yung sarili ko.
Me
Parang
with my crayons at 4 years old,
At 4 years
writing
old.
about the Philosopher's
Sa
Stone.
Philosopher's Stone
Why are
about...
you making a TV series about that?
Yeah, my question is why? 'Di ba?
I'm okay. Like we all know J.K. Rowling's transphobic, but like my comps are more of the fact that the movies are great already. Like
Exactly.
why do like because there
Sino
are
ang
already
humihingi?
actors who are so associated with those characters. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's gonna be hard. Whoever's gonna take
Yeah.
those roles to actually
To-
live up to.
Tsaka yung makapture yung magic nung ano, 'di ba? Nung nagsimula pa lang siya.
Girl, the best British actors of there, like there was like Bill Nighy, there was Gary Oldman. Like, how are you gonna? And then Maggie Smith, rest in
Yeah.
peace. How are you gonna?
Flinched? Nakita mo na ba yung impression ni Ariana Grande kay Hermione?
What was her impression?
Ron's been flinched! Harry!
Pod.
Well, that's why we're doing this pod.
Can you imagine doing this pod with like a
Assist male?
yeah, and you'll be talking about like the Lakers.
Girl, the way alam mo yung ito yung natutunan ko sa childhood ko, laking probinsya na, oh my God, lumaking bakla sa probinsya. Kailangan ko talagang i-compress the factory.
Really, like how?
Oo,
And
like,
why? And
kasi,
why? How?
ito na. Vulnerable on the pod. Episode 2.
We choose our family.
Yes, mother.
What would you say to 5-year-old Neil?
Can I have a hug? Can I hug you?
I'm your mother now.
Di mo kayo hinago. Nagyaya ka. Anyway.
No, we have audio. We can't hug now.
Anyway, anong tanong mo? Kung
Yeah, like
bakit...
how and why? How and why?
May mga parts na tinago ko kasi yung environment, kasi kung hindi kung mga laking probinsya diyan, may gets nila ano, 'di ba? Traditional, very Christian, very Catholic. So yung parang yung mga non-conforming, yung mga parang naiiba like kabaklaan ay hindi man sinasabi pero looked down upon. Parang may ganong pagtingin, 'di ba? Parang mali yan, ganon. So parang syempre mas nauunang lagi naman 'di ba, mas nauuna lagi malaman ng iba na bakla ka bago mo ma-realize what even that means, 'di ba? Lumaki ko parang yun yung naalala ko yung sinashove sa akin na huwag kang maging ganyan. Tapos syempre yung the teasing, yung pangungutya, 'di ba? Bakit ganyan ka kumilos? Bakit ganyan ka magsalita?
Then you don't expect adults to take your side because even they
Exactly.
don't approve of you.
Right? So parang ako lang naman, parang gusto ko lang naman maglaro, gusto ko lang naman mababuhay. Pwede mang time out. I'm still trying to figure shit out. Ganun,
Diba?
di ba?
Tapos wala ka pang concept na parang malambot ka gumalaw or bakla kang gumalaw kasi yan naman
Diba?
talaga yung kinasanayan mo.
This is just how I act.
Yeah.
Tapos ginagaya ko lang din yung mga nakikita kong ano. Kasi growing up din, meron ako mga baklang tito, gano'n, di ba? So parang tsaka mga tita, mostly, di ba? So yung cis male population sa family. So ay medyo absent yung gano'ng
The Babaylan blood.
The Babaylan blood.
Babaylan blood was so strong.
Yeah,
You know, I have family from Samar then. So
yes,
like,
because your middle name is
Dasa. So maybe there's something in the water talaga of Samar.
di ba? So, something in the water na nagiging bakla ka. Visit Samar, guys! Kung meron kayong toxic na...
Wadi ka, Samar!
Samadi Samar. Kung meron kayong mga toxic male friends na gusto nyo maging bakla, dalhin nyo sa Samar. Maligo kayo sa White Beach, ganon, sa lantaran. So, nung bandang high school na, nung parang sinabi ko, nag-start akong sabihin na bading ako nung grade 10, mga 4th year. Patapos na yung grade 10. Ang sabi ko, 2017 to, di ba? So, sabi ko, pucha, ito na ako eh. So, I might as well tell other people, di ba? So, pero...
How did people react?
yung sinabihan ko lang naman, like verbally, yung best friends ko, si Audrey tsaka si Angelina, shout out my loves, tsaka yung nanay ko, na abroad siya, minessage ko lang siya sa messenger.
Ano yung sagot niya?
Girl, alam mo ba, chat ko sa nanay ko, sabi ko, hi mami, may sasabihin ako sa'yo, I'm translating. Sabi, yung reply ba naman niya, ano, bakla ka?
She clocked you.
Clocked me.
A soul could clock.
A soul clock from abroad through Messenger. So parang, ayun na. So syempre nung nabasa ko yun, bakla ka? Sabi ko, paano ko reply? Sabi ko, oo, haha. Oo, haha. So, yun. So, yun na yung coming out ko. So, yun lang yung mga sinabihan kong other times, parang kapag tinatawag akong bakla, parang and so, parang yun na lang yung attitude ko, diba? So, pero, syempre, nasa space pa rin akong ganun, hindi ako makakilos na with the full comfortability with being feminine sa ganong household, sa ganong environment. So, masculine pa rin yung datingan. Pero kapag nagsasalita ako, that's how you know he's a ganon.
That's why you're mask presenting online.
Oh, well. Anyway, ikaw naman, so growing up in your household, syempre kasi, na-mention mo na sa akin through conversations.
Yeah, of
yung
course, I had a supportive family.
Yeah.
Pero a family can only go so long. I mean, I did go to an all-boys school. So it was just, it was kind of like, it was kind of like a limestone cliff, a bit rough. I remember I had it wasn't even just you would expect, of course, that kind of rough behavior from kids. But, kids only really follow what older people do, And I remember I had this one teacher. And then kasi, in our school, when you get to third year, they would divide you into different sections. So it was mostly a technical school. So there's like a mechanical engineering section, an electrical section. So it was very butch. And that was not for me. And the closest thing to what I
Anong
wanted.
section ka dun?
Science, the science section. At meron reputation na yung science section, yung mga section ng mga bakla. And I remember I had this one classmate who was straight. He was one of the few kind straight cis guys. And then he talked about how he wanted to get into the science section. And the teacher was just like, di ko lang bakla ka na pala. Yeah. Belatedly, one of the only few good things about going to the school was I realized I was trans kasi I was really exposed to all kinds of masculinity from the jockiest jock who what do jocks do? Who
Jock. They jock.
yeah, they play basketball, and then
pinagpapawisan.
they play Xbox. They play Call of Duty, and then they watch the sports.
The sports, yes.
Sports, yeah.
Whatever
So,
that is.
Yung mga, very femme na bakla na nagpa-powder, nagpa-makeup, sumasayaw ka sa Lady Gaga. I remember our vice principal got really angry at our section kasi the group of gays just danced Who Run the World sa intrams.
By Beyonce.
Yeah. And apparently
Thank you, Beyonce.
that was even more scandalous than, homophobic violence. But anyway, yeah. So that's when I realized, okay, I don't fit into any of these kinds of masculinity. I'm a girl. I'm a woman. Yeah.
So high school pa lang alam mo ng ano
Alam
ka?
ko na, I don't know, feeling ko
Trans.
in the particular Filipino experience, medyo nako-collapse yung pagiging bakla, yung pagiging gay, cis gay, and yung pagiging trans.
Yeah, they parang lumped in.
Parang lumped, yes.
Nag-grouping sila, no?
And this is something I've talked about with a lot of friends. I do think that for a lot of queer boys especially, yung entrance into queerness, into being LGBTQ is yung femininity, yung bakla, yung kabaklaan. And I do think a lot of boys tend to identify more with womanhood, even if they're not necessarily trans. Kasi, a lot of times we get opposed to a lot of toxic masculine behaviors, yung paninigaw, yung pambabraso. So I think that's why a lot of queer kids do tend to identify with womanhood more, even if they're not necessarily trans. So eventually, as they grow old, they realize, okay, I'm not trans. I am gay, but I'm still a boy, or I'm still a man at heart, which is fine, which is great. So yeah. But for me, at least, I realize I'm not a man. I'm a girl. I'm a
Yes, you
woman.
are.
Yeah.
Yes, you are. Ganon. Nagsimula kang mag-transition in 2022. My God. So, kailan yung transversary?
January.
Oh my
January
God.
when I started taking hormones.
January, may date ba specific?
Wala namang date,
Wala
just
naman.
January.
My birthday is in January. Oh my
Yes, thank God you're not a
God.
February Aquarius, Chan.
I know, right? Scum of the earth. Charot lang mga bestie kong February Aquarius dyan. So, kumusta naman so far ang living life as a trans woman?
Alam mo, happy. I think you can also see it in like a lot of, I think you can see it in a lot of like trans girls. You can just see the glow in their faces pre-transition versus post-transition. I don't know if and I don't know if the people watching this, if you've seen Boy Lakan. I do love Boy Lakan, but I'm really happy and fulfilled now in who I am. Sometimes I think na parang what if biglang, pagbawalan yung pagbebenta ng hormones but at the same time it's not hormones or the pills which make a woman, it's who you are and it's who I am. I also kind of do think that like I don't know if you noticed this girl pero like growing up meron din malakas talaga yung class element sa pagiging bakla.
Oh, girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Inglesero talaga ako because when I was growing up, I would just really speak in English because it would be easier to hide my accent in English. It would be easier to hide that gay intonation if I spoke in English.
Yes.
I could make my voice. Oh shit! Can I still do it? I could make my voice lower. I could be like, "Oy, hey, how are you? Hey."
Okay lang. Pag natatagalog ka, medyo high pitch, ganun.
Yeah, diba?
Okay
Kasi
lang.
like, I think more people are exposed to yung mga, di ba, kasi like, we live in the Philippines. Alam natin lahat yung kung, like, yung general bakla accent. Pero di ba, when you're growing up, medyo, social media wasn't that much of a thing yet. People weren't really exposed to the American
Yes.
accent.
Yes.
So people were more used to the Filipino bakla accent. And it was
Yes.
easier to hide if I spoke in English. And there's also that idea na parang, kahit bakla naman siya, he can speak in English. He's gonna grow up like
Diba?
a corporate, decent gay who will still act masculine, who will present
Who
like
conform to
who will
society.
conform to society, who'll be a real man. Kasi honestly, classes din. Kasi ang inisip ng maraming mga tao sa bakla ay kapag bakla, paralurista or
Yeah.
parang ano pa ba. Which is, if you think about it, it's not just homophobic, but also really classist.
Classist.
What's wrong with being a parlor worker?
Yeah.
Diba? What's wrong with being like a makeup artist? What's wrong with making a living?
Marangal na trabaho,
Oo,
diba?
marangal trabaho. Which is why it also pisses me off when like a lot of gay men say na parang, ayoko matawagan akong bakla. Ano ko parang, girl, bakla ka, joke.
Bakla.
Kasi I'm sorry, if you don't wanna, why do you like, medyo kailangan natin ng onting self-reflection na parang why do we not want to be associated with certain members of the queer community?
Yeah.
When we ourselves are queer, like, do we think that like when people go when like the the heteronormative, the straight people, when they start like clamping down on queers, do you think they're just gonna stop at the trans people? They're gonna go after everyone.
Exactly. Damay.
Damay tayong lahat kahit gaano ka decente ka, kahit nakapolo ka,
conforme yung iba mo.
kahit naka-head to toe ka in Uniqlo, wearing like Santal number 5, they're still gonna go after you because you're queer.
May problema ka ba sa Uniqlo?
No,
Wala lang.
I love Uniqlo. Sorry, I love Uniqlo.
Well, sabihin ko sana yung nangyayari ngayon sa US with regards to the LGBTQ plus community. Kasi, di ba yung nangyayari dun parang tinatarget yung mga trans people, trans men and women na binabawian ng right to healthcare,
Yes,
diba?
yes.
So parang tapos eventually magkakascade din siya sa ibang members of the ibang letters ng LGBTQIA+ community. So parang that's a good siguro point of reference, 'di ba? Kasi kung magkataon man na mahulog ulit yung Pilipinas sa isang dictatorship, mag-martial law ulit, Diyos ko, ibabalik ang traditional values dito sa Pilipinas din.
They're gonna bring back the traditional value ng a man
And a woman.
and
3 children.
And
you
3
can barely afford to... Ano yun?
May nahulog lang ng poster.
Oh my God. Nagulat ako. Wala, the set is falling apart. Ate Frenchie, kumapit ka. This is, while we're on the topic, kasi nahulog na siya, si Ate Frenchie ito, artwork by, I wanna say Kuya Max Santiago. Ganda, di ba?
Ang ganda. Ang ganda.
Anyway, paano ba natin siya? You know what? Let's take a break. It's about time.
We'll be right back.
We'll be right back. Okay, we're back.
So girl, have you, kasi I just finished reading
Energy.
I just finished reading yung Kalahating Baghari ni Ricky Lee. And it's a
Talk.
really great book. It's a really good book. It details this family which has a lot of queer people in it. So it starts no martial laws in the 1970s and it spans until the present day. And it's really great kasi parang in addition to being a really good character study, because it really follows each character very thoroughly. It also kind of just shows really how queerness just kind of progressed and evolved in the Philippines. I really appreciated na parang it showed how connected yung violence against queer people at yung violence ng martial law. Kasi usually, 'di ba, yung mga galit sa mga aktivista, yung mga ayaw sa pagbabago, sila din yung napaka-macho, napaka-homophobic,
At may hawak sa status quo.
at may hawak sa
nagbe-benefit sa status quo.
At nagbe-benefit sa status quo. That's true. So parang ang magaling sa novel kasi sa present day hindi naman niya tinatalikuran yung mga problema na kinakaharap pa rin ng mga queer people ngayon, like there's a very good subplot where it talks about the group of friends dealing with the death of a trans woman, tapos may isang character na natibak, tapos parang winala yung boyfriend niya na aktivista din, so very harrowing talaga siya. But at the same time it also kind of shows kind of, I think, some of the progress he made when it comes to queer people. Like I couldn't have imagined like a Pride March, for example, happening sa San Juan growing up.
Tama. Medyo lucky tayo sa part na yun na pinanganak tayo sa panahon ngayon na hindi man complete at makatarungan ang nangyayari sa queer community, sa mga bakla ngayon. Kasi syempre meron pa rin tayong mga karapatang ipinaglalaban. Just ultimo, Soji Bill. 20 years, 20 plus years na paulit-ulit na fina-file every time the Congress starts session, hindi makausad man lang, Diyos ko. Kasi nandun pa rin eh. Tama, di ba sinabi yung mga may hawak talaga ng status quo, yung nagbe-benefit sa kung ano yung nangyayari ngayon sa lipunan, sila rin talaga yung pumipigil sa ganyan. At ginagamit nila yung iba't ibang tools na meron ng lipunan, ang family, ang church, lalo na, Diyos ko. Di ba? Diyos ko yung nangyari kay PLV, kay Furia.
Humaharang ng divorce.
Humaharang ng divorce, di ba? Diyos ko, ang point lang naman ng lahat ng mga campaigns na to, yung mga sinisigaw ng mga aktivista is for societal progress, 'di ba? For equal rights, kumbaga, or hindi equitable rights, 'di ba? Kasi 'di ba, manghirap na nga maging bakla kasi dinidiscriminate ka sa paggalaw mo, sa pagsasabi mo. Mas mahirapan ka pa maging bakla kasi i-discriminate ka rin sa trabaho mo na parang pagkakaitang ka ng sahod kasi bakla ka naman, ito yung deserve mong sahod, di
Or
ba?
parang itatanggi ka sa trabaho.
Tatanggi ka sa trabaho dahil bakla-baklaan kayo dahil sa lilt ng bosses mo kasi you call your boss like this. Ano, ma'am? Ganyan ba dapat magtanong, ma'am? Ganon, di ba? So, hindi yun acceptable, di ba? At yun lang naman yung point, halimbawa, ng Soji Bill, di ba? At hanggang ngayon, di ba, kaya nga sa, anong title ng libro?
Kalahating Baghari.
Kalahating Baghari. Hindi ba natatapos yung fight ng sangkabaklaan, di ba?
And ultimately, ginagawa natin to para maging mas easy lumaki. Yung
Ang future
paglalaki, ang
generation.
future generation, ang mga queer kids, no?
Tama
na
na
hindi
ang
sila
title.
tatakot, hindi sila nahihiya. Because like a lot of people think na parang queerness or parang yung kabaklaan is something which you only realize kapag adult ka. Pero hindi.
No,
Kahit
no,
yung
no,
mga
no.
bata. Kasi I do think people have this weird thing where they immediately associate like kabaklaan or gay culture with like with sex, for example.
Yeah.
Which is not, kasi gay culture, what is it? It's buying the same outfit in a bunch of different colors. It's Sailor Moon. It is falling for your straight classmate after ka binigyan ng bubble gum. It is listening to Chaperone. You know, a lot of things are gay.
Buying the same outfit over and over again,
Yeah,
different colors. That
yeah.
Uniqlo shirt, that one Uniqlo shirt,
At
di
one
ba?
Uniqlo pole. That
Oh,
skirt that I have
the
in
skirt
multiple
that you
colors.
have.
Yeah.
Di ba? Tama.
I don't know if you experience this, Neil, but like, did you ever experience na parang there was like a point like in your childhood when biglang like a teacher or an adult got angry with you and you don't know what you did wrong and suddenly years later you realize na parang kasi bakla, I did something gay. I remember one time biglang I remember sa grade school ko, not in St. Martin though kasi St. Martin never did, love you St. Martin, it was in a different grade school.
St. Martin, come to the pod.
St. Martin come to
Bless the pod.
Bless the pod. Yeah, I remember, natumba lang ako waiting for a paper check. I was like, and then biglang sobrang nagalit sa akin yung teacher. And I didn't understand why. Kasi parang hindi naman gaano kalakas yung sigaw ko. Tapos parang, di ba, mga 5-year-olds yun. Ang kulit-kulit, ang ingay-ingay. And then later on, I realized na, it's because I sounded like a girl. I sounded, when I fell down. And, at that age, you have no idea about queer. She's like, that's what my voice sounds like. Girl, I'm sorry if I have, like, very tight vocal cords where I don't have a low voice. Like, I just have the vocal fry. It's not something I put upon.
Exactly.
Yeah, and it kind of messes you up as a kid. Kasi I think a lot of the thing with a lot of queer kids is that, like, at a very early age, you realize na, okay, what I want to be and what I am is really different from what other people want me to be. And like, I don't think that anyone should have to suffer that kind of anxiety. Diba? Like, I think,
God.
I remember it was kind of disappointing seeing like a lot of kahit yung mga like queer people disapproving of like say Lucas' performance.
Yeah, and Diyos ko, mga cis-gay na transphobic na ayaw din sa malamya, ayaw sa pasahalata. So parang girl,
like parang like okay, like parang nakailangan natin na alamin kung ano yung lugar natin. Na parang ano yung lugar natin sa pakikibakat.
diba? Yeah, what about that?
Let's talk about that.
Nasaan ang lugar mo sa pakikibakat?
That's true. Like, if we only allow people to be queer but in an acceptable way, ano yung point? Kasi
Yeah.
diba the entire point is disturb our idea of what is acceptable and make us question kung bakit yun yung turing natin acceptable.
Yeah,
Diba
and-
people keep on quoting that Banksy quote na parang art should comfort the disturbed and disturb the comforted. But when they get disturbed, like with Lucas, suddenly...
Suddenly, it's, oh my God, suddenly Katoliko ako.
Suddenly
Devout
Katoliko.
Catholic ako na nagsisimba every Sunday na disapproving sa ginawa nila. Kaya, ganun, di ba? I guess let's parang not stick our heads up our asses.
Yeah.
Kind of
Maging reflexive naman tayo.
reflexive. And also, just participate in the movement, di ba? In whatever, kung ano man yung kaya mong ibigay, ialay, oras mo, resources mo, yung willingness mong matuto sa mga ganitong bagay at kung bakit siya problematic at kung bakit kailangan baguhin, di ba? And eventually talaga, sa tingin ko, hindi magsusurvive yung laban ng mga bakla na tayo-tayo lang din, di ba? Paglalaban lang ba natin yung karapatan natin para i-express yung femininity natin or masculinity natin? Hindi, di ba? Kasi, iba, magkakadugtong yung problemang kinakaharap natin ngayon lalo na sa Pilipinas. Diyos ko, ang hirap dito sa issue ng, Diyos ko, sa economic na usapin, sa political na usapin. At the end of the day, I think, yung success ng queer movement, ng queer revolution sa Pilipinas and even sa global scale is really in the hands of a collective, of a unified people's movement. Ganun.
It's not something we can do alone. And it's not something that we can do by like playing nice and asking people na parang, oh, Mr. Senator, can I have my rights?
Madam President, Madam Senator, please sign this bill.
We'll be good and quiet.
We'll be good. We'll be your makeup artists for the next gig.
We'll help pink wash your campaign. Di ba may ganun si Amy Marcos?
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk
May
about
ganun si
it.
Amy Marcos. She's saying na parang, iboto niyo ako, babaeng bakla ako.
At not to go back to Mother S. Si Inday
Si
Sara,
Mick
diba?
Sara,
Kung bago mag-election nun, bigla siya naging I'm bisexual. Minsan gusto ko maging babae, minsan gusto ko malalaki. That's like weeks before the election in 2022. So parang, kung kailan mag-election, mapapander kayo sa mga bakla para sa boto. No, di ba? So kailangan natin i-reject yung mga ganong co-opting ng ating, na ating ng ating lived experiences.
Hindi naman parang magic potion or magic item yung bakla na parang ihalo lang sa korap na gobyerno, biglang aayos yung gobyerno. Hindi. Kailangan din natin alalahanin na parang a few gay people, a few queer people in positions of power will not magically make everything better for us.
Parang naisip ko, how can we say socialism without saying socialism in this pod right now? Pero yun yung point din basically, di ba? Parang ano yung future na society na gusto natin.
Dapat hindi lang liberating for us,
But
you know,
for all.
for every queer person. Hindi lang dapat maginhawa yung buhay ng mga. Of course, you know, we want our way BGC, Anytime Fitness, Honda driving brothers to also be happy. Pero hindi lang dapat tayo tumigil doon. Dapat every queer person should be happy.
Yeah.
Mula sa pinakatuktok ng mga SMDC condo hanggang sa
Slums. Malate.
Yes, hanggang sa Malate, hanggang sa Tondo,
Hanggang sa Samar, sa Katarman.
hanggang sa mga anyong tubig, anyong
Lupa.
lupa, sa bundok, sa burol, sa batis,
Stop
sa
na.
ilog.
Stop na. Thank you for watching. This has been Talk Backs with
Lakan!
and Neil. For more, wala pa. Second episode pala to, wala pa tayong mga offer. Pero up na ang first episode ng Talkback. So, kung hindi nyo napanood yon, you can catch that only at the Altermidya YouTube channel. And also, nasa favorite podcast platforms yun na. That's Spotify, that's Apple Music, that's Anchor FM.
Yes, you can also listen to us by doing the Spirit of the Glass, and we will answer.
Yes.
Please don't forget to like and share this post and
And comment.
subscribe to the Altermidya social media pages.
Yes. And also follow Lakan at
Please follow me at Nicole Kidman. Please follow me at Jock_Lakan.
you in that dress is kind of giving Nicole Kidman, honestly. So, yeah.
Nicole Kidwoman.
Kid woman. Sorry, I misgendered you. So, okay, talk back. Bye-bye.